everybody, welcome back to sharoncullenart. I have tried so many times to get a video out for you guys, and something has failed every time. And you need me to hold you? Come here. I'm sorry, you guys. Please tolerate Tully. He's just a little baby, and he doesn't like to be separated from Mama, which makes it harder to paint. But the other day, I wanted to do a product review, go over some books that I got with you, and I did it in my home. What the heck is that out there? Oh, it must be a roadwork sign. They're cutting trees down, which is so sad in my forest. But anyway, I started to do the video in my house, and I used a tripod that I use as a music stand for my iPad when I'm playing my harp. And I did the whole video and then realized that it covered the sound hole, so everything was muffled. But then yesterday I did another video, and again I repeated a couple of the things, and I did a painting, and I was about a third of the way through the painting, and for some reason my camera shut off, and I didn't realize it until I finished. So that made it difficult to put a painting video out for you. So now today I'm going to go over some of these products that I just received. I'll show you the painting I did, and then I will proceed to start working on another painting to get out to you guys. I also have a commission that I need to do, so I'm not sure that I'll do that on camera. We'll see. I'm not sure. It's a bird's painting. So anyhow, why don't we go ahead and get started? Can I set you right here next to me now, Tully? He is biting so much lately. All of his teeth are coming in at once. And he bit my toe this morning, and I was bleeding all over the place. It's craziness. Let's see how close I can get you without our skin touching. How's that? I need to move my art bag over, and I will pull you in closer. That's about as close as I can get you. Right like that, okay? Am I still on camera? He's kind of on camera too. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. First thing is, I did post over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, try going over there and following me there, and you'll see the paintings as I do them. But the other day I did... not that one, not that one, this one. It was a gouache painting, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was very messy in the beginning. I had a really bad, ugly stage, but I like the way it turned out. It's pretty good for just getting back into things, I think. So, let me just go ahead and put the ribbon in the right spot. That's part of my problem. Never put it in the right spot, and then I'm digging through. Oh, careful, careful. It's a rolly chair. And then I don't know what page I was on, you know what I mean? So anyhow, the next thing is I wanted to show you a bunch of brushes that I got. They came in this, and I had showed it in my painting video. They came in this little bamboo brush holder, and they slide right out. I think if I put a pocket in the bottom of it, I can make a nice bamboo brush holder out of that, because I do like it. It is a set of Da Vinci brushes. They call them their student brushes or hobby brushes. And I thought, you know, for gouache, I don't need anything super nice, just some synthetics. So I thought I would try these. And this is the set I got. It was a set of 8. And, oh shoot, a video I wanted to watch is on live right now, darn. Anyway, I got a couple of filberts, a 6 and a 12. Then I got a couple of flats, an 8 and a 12, then and a 4, and then I got several round brushes, 3 round brushes, a 10, a 6, and a 2. And they're fine brushes, but they're so, well, right now they're a little stiff, but they're very soft bristles. So for painting with gouache, I find it somewhat difficult until I get the gouache watered down well, and then I can move the paint around. But otherwise, I guess these would be okay for watercolor, but I don't usually paint with synthetics in watercolor because I use 100% cotton paper, and it's very absorbent, and so I like to have the juicy brushes, and synthetics just don't get it there for me. I suppose if I wanted to switch back, I could with practice do that. So I did get another set of brushes way back when, and I am finding that I just continue to go back to my cheapy brushes, which are either the Transcends or the Nick Pros, and both of them are synthetics for gouache. They're stiffer. They're more like Badger, synthetic Badger, which I like because they're stiff. Then I got these the other day, and I wanted some fine detail brushes. Shh, shh, shh. I'm right here, baby. You're not going to miss me. Here. This chair. I hate this chair. There we go. So anyway, I have a 5-aught, 3-aught, let's see, 2-aught, 1, 0, 3, and 6. I guess that's everything. There might be another one on my table here that I can't see because I've got too many packages and things going on. So, I do like those detail brushes. They're great for doing my gouache paintings with. And they probably would be good for watercolor as well, you know. So now, on to a few books that I got. I had shown you a couple of books on my iPad that I had received. And then years ago, I used to belong to Artists Network TV.tv, and I took a class called Mastering Composition with Ian Roberts, who's an excellent oil painter. His compositions are key on, and I was very concerned about composition at the time and making sure that visually I didn't have anybody's eye traveling off of my canvas, or that my focal point wasn't centered, but it was off, right or left, but it leads into the focal point, all of those things. So I took his class, which was excellent. He's mostly an oil painter, and he also put out a book with the same title, Mastering Compositions, and his paintings are absolutely beautiful. The book is terrific. It's just like the class, but he's got gorgeous paintings in here, and he describes how each one, what's this? Oh, that's something else I stuck in there. How each one works, how the composition works, how the eye travels through the composition, all of those things. So anyway, it's an excellent book. So if you're concerned about composition and having an appropriate painting that captures the eye, you know how sometimes when you look at a painting and your eye you're just enraptured by this painting and you don't know why? It's usually because, one, the colors are either analogous, but they got good color harmony. Two, the composition is excellent, so your eye isn't drawn off the painting and then you're on to the next thing. It makes a huge difference. So this book, Mastering Composition, is excellent. And he speaks in words you can understand, so you don't have to worry about that. Now the next one I have, I've been wanting to get more into figure drawing because I'm not great with figure drawing at all. So I got this one. I'm going to cover it because she's a nude, and I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube. Let me just take a piece of tape. That will work. Put a piece of tape over here. There we go. It's called Figure Drawings for All It's Worth. Figure Drawing for All It's Worth. And it is by Andrew Loomy. And this is an excellent, excellent book. It goes into everything you needed to know. I'm only this far into the book. I've only read this much of it. But it goes into everything, like proper height, like 7 heads high, and how many heads this portion is, how far down the waist is, the shoulder, man versus woman versus child versus infant, all of that stuff. and then later gets into all of the drawings, and they're just terrific. So if you want to learn more about figure drawing, this is an excellent book. It's like a text, but he wrote this book because he felt that when he was learning that the figure books were not doing it for him. They weren't answering all of his pressing questions, his whys and hows and whats and all of that. So he wrote this book for all artists. So if you're a beginner at figure drawing, then this book is for you. It says a book of fundamentals for an artistic career. So that's another great book if you're looking for a good book. Okay, next. I got a box here. This one I'm really excited about. And I believe it's a book also. I need something to get into it. I think this ruler will work. I can't reach my scissors without getting up, which will disturb the dog. And then we're back at it. I've got so much to tell you guys today. So I apologize for not having a painting video out for you guys. I am going to be working on one today though. So hopefully, and I'll get back to actually watching my camera. It's hard getting back in the swing after everything, you know. Oh, there's a couple things in here. Oh, good. Good. First of all, this is going to seem silly, but I wanted a dry erase board. This is a magnetic dry erase board, so I got one mostly for my videos. There's another artist that I watch who uses a dry erase board from time to time, and I just love how she does that. And I thought I should acquire that for my videos and use it for conversing, you know. Then I got some more dry erase markers, and it's funny, I just realized that it matches this one. I didn't realize that. But anyway, I got dry erase markers and a dry erase board, which is nothing as far as art supplies go, but it is going to be used for my videos. So, the other thing though, Jess Karp on YouTube turned me on to this. She's an amazing artist. I admire her so much, and her studio is absolutely gorgeous. She's got these huge floor-to-ceiling windows on a corner, and she's in a canal in Florida, and there'll be ships going by, tugboats, all sorts of beautiful wildlife and everything. And she's just sitting there painting in this gorgeous studio, and I just drool every time. Not that mine's bad. I love my woods. And if you know how people will ask you, mountains or beach, you know, or that kind of a thing, I usually would say mountains because I need to live among the trees. And beaches are beautiful. I love them. I just go to my friend's house because she lives on the beach. She prefers the beach. I prefer the woods. So we get a little bit of both worlds, you know what I mean? But anyway, Jess Karp. She is on YouTube. I will try to link a video down below so that you can go over and see her. If you're not familiar, she's an excellent artist. Sometimes she goes out in plein air paints. She does a lot of portrait and figure drawing. I don't even know how I found her, if it was one of her plein air landscapes or something, but she does want to work more on urban sketching and that kind of thing. And her artistic ability is amazing. She went to art school. She's young. She's got a terrific career. She's got a Patreon page if you want to join it. But anyway, she always starts her sketchbooks with these gorgeous pages, these spreads, these layouts, or usually she does. And one of the things she does is she puts fonts in, and it'll say like the art of Jess Karp or something like that. And she uses this book. It's called The Art Alphabets, Minigrams and Lettering, and it has all sorts of different styles of lettering, and later how it's used in signs and stuff like that, so that you can copy fonts and use them in your writing. So I got this book. I've been wanting this book for like a year. I've been watching her use this book, and I think, when am I going to get it? And I almost got it on Kindle, and I thought, no, don't get it on Kindle. there's something about having an art book that you can just open to the page, keep it there, and then use it. And if I have a photo reference on my iPad, or if I want to watch a YouTube video or a movie, I have my TV. This is a problem because when I want to watch a movie, my TV is over my shoulder. So I thought I could always use my, excuse my messy room, but I have an artist easel over there that I bought a few months ago. Oh, it's probably been 6 months ago now, before you lost me on YouTube. And that is an awesome easel, and it actually will lay flat. So I can make it a table, and I could face my television that way and watch a movie while I'm painting. But usually I'm doing a video or something, and there's so much going on that I don't do that. Now this last one, I don't know what it is. It may not even be art related. So let's just break into it and see what we got. Do I have the perforation on this one? I don't get it. Sometimes there's perforation, sometimes there's not perforation. Let me get some scissors. And these scissors are stuck together with glue or something. I need to clean them. So, okay. Oh no, that's Amazon. I'm still waiting on this terrific package to come. And oh shoot, I left a book that I wanted to show you guys. Oh my God, it's amazing. I'll have to get it the next time. Oh, it's the magnetic eraser for my dry erase board. That's all it is, no big thing. But there was one other book that I wanted to show you that I did not bring over here because I want to have it at home so that I can look at it. What the heck is with this? Oh, there's a spray cleaner too, and the eraser. So those are the things that I got. Oh, I did get these. I have been getting, I got some adult coloring books. That sounds pornographic almost, doesn't it? Anyway, I don't know if they're in here or not. But I decided to buy, oh, the book is here. I decided to purchase a few coloring books because I wanted to see what all the hype was about. And I was having trouble painting. So I bought a few things by mistake. But one of the things I got was this box of colorful blessings. 44 delightfully detailed cards to color and share God's love, peace, and joy. So I got them. And I've done one of them, but they're all different, each one. You're precious to God. With God, all things are possible. And they've got detailed artwork on them. Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares about you. And I thought, you know what, I could color these in and just give them away to people, you know. So I got those, and you know, well, I'll color them here and there with colored pencil, or I suppose you could use marker. I think I tried some watercolor on the first one. Oh, it was watercolor pencil. Then another thing I wanted to show you guys was a while back I did a painting, and I said it was from, I posted it on Instagram, and I said it was from a book I had of Beatrix Potter's. Was this it? No, I don't think this was it. So hang on a second. Let me find it here. It might be back further. Here it is. It was this painting that I used a Beatrix Potter's painting as my inspiration. I changed it up a bit, but I can't even find the photo now. But if you go over to my Instagram, I have them together. I think it was near the back. But anyway, I can't find it. This is one of her books I have. I have a couple of them. This one's called The Art of Beatrix Potter. This is a huge book. It's about a $40 book, hardcover, and it's written by Emily Zack, Stephen Heller, Linda Lear, and Eleanor Taylor. There's a lot of The Art of Beatrix Potter out there. But this talks about, oh, here it is on the back. it talks about her whole life and everything that she did through that life. And this is a small version of the painting that I was looking at when I did my painting. You can see it's very different. The background is different and everything. But anyhow, this book is an amazing book. And it's a great coffee table book as well. But it goes through her life, where her inspiration came for her Beatrix Potter books and illustrations, and from a couple of places that she loved that were very dear to her. And she loved the country, kind of just like I did. She didn't like being in the city. She also helped out a naturalist and did a lot of botanical art for a friend of hers who was a naturalist. And it goes into that as well. And she did realism, you guys. Let me show you a couple pictures. My video is going to be super long. Now here's one of some mushrooms that she did for her friend. And squirrel. She did all sorts of different things. There's I'm trying to find it because it's all kind of mixed together. Here's one of a library that she liked in Way Castle. So her art was very different than what most people remember her by, as, you know, the Beatrix Potter books, you know, Peter Rabbit and all of those kinds of things. So anyway, excellent book if you're looking for one. And I've got a couple of her books, but that one is my favorite. Now, on to the next thing I wanted to show you. As you can see, I'm not sitting in my regular chair, and that is because this chair is a pain in the butt for me. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what I'm doing. This chair cops a lean, and I don't know if I line up my windows perfectly straight with my camera here. See the lean that I have? If you look at the top of my window frame, I'll bring this frame right down and keep my camera perfectly straight, and that's how much my chair was leaning to the right. So I had to be rid of it. The other problem I was having is that it was sitting way too low for my I was pulling up to my chest here at my, excuse the mess on my table, and it was just too hard to paint correctly. So the other day I got a new chair, and yesterday I put it all together, and which was in part of my video. And this is my new chair that I got. It is a drafting chair, so it goes very high. The arms come down, which is nice. They can go up or down, and I like them up when I'm painting because then I can pull right up to my desk. And it's a very comfortable chair. It's got good lumbar support and all of that. I'm going to put you back on my tripod. Hang on a second here. Sorry for my hand over. And I shut my camera off. There we go. Anyway, I love this chair, and it's got a footrest at the bottom. But I'll insert some pictures. I opened the box, and there was a tear in the cushion, 3 tears to be exact. And the bag was sealed shut, so I didn't do it. The bag was sealed, and that went over the cushion, but there were tears in the cushion. So somebody somewhere sliced that cushion open. So I've sent an email on to the seller to ask them if they'd be willing to make it right before I post a review. I asked if they would send me a new cushion out so that I can change the cushion, which is going to mean I have to disassemble the whole freaking chair again, or if they would just give me a discount. In the meantime, I took a needle and thread and I sewed it shut, and it's just fine. So I don't know. They may not even want to send me a new cushion. I can just ask if they'll give me a discount or something from the chair. But that brings me to my next thing. This desk that I work at only has, I believe, about 33.5 inches of workable space. And I'm a mess. I'm always a mess. Everything I have around me is a mess. I have this round table next to me that I use for my watercolors. And those of you who follow me, hang on, I gotta pause this and clean up a little bit. Before I get to that, I also wanted to tell you, I think I showed this to you before. I got some acrylic gouache. I don't care for it at all. Don't waste your money. If you need to do an underpainting and you have acrylic paint, just use acrylic paint. I don't even understand what the difference really is. Maybe you can add more water. I'm going to research that. It says acrylic polymer emulsion, opaque colors. I don't know. To me, acrylic's acrylic. It's plastic, you know, they're polymer. Okay, so anyway, if you followed me for a while, you know that I got this Robax palette, this palette for my watercolors. And I keep it in the center of this round table, which I'm going to paint white in the springtime when I can spray it outside. But this palette has been terrific. But when I was using this black chair, I was sitting so low that I was like at this level looking at my paints, and it was very difficult. Now I'm up higher and I can actually look down into my paints. But these have very, very deep wells. I wish that I had gotten something smaller with wells that weren't as deep. And the guy warned me about them. He did warn me. So anyway, I have all of my watercolor here, but I also ordered another watercolor palette that won't house all of my watercolor, but it will hold, I think, 40 colors, and it's small wells that I can just keep on my desk, and I can paint with that as well. So if I want a special color, then I can go ahead and grab the colors and use that still. And I also have all of my porcelain palettes, and I can always add colors. I've got all sorts of different kinds of porcelain palettes. I do find that when I'm working in gouache, though, I like more working space, and having wells like this, I can dip into my gouache and just put them in the wells if I'm using like my hemi gouache. If you want to get into gouache and you don't want to spend a lot of money, these hemi gouache paints, this one is not the hemi brand, it's some off brand, but they're all the same. This one is Lemouchet, Lemouchet. I'm not sure, but anyhow, they're all the same. And these are really good gouache paints, especially, you know, for working in a sketchbook. I don't think I'd do a professional painting with those. I would use my professional paints. But these started to dry up on me, and what I did was just spray some water in them and stir them up, and they're all fine again. So I use those. And I may replace the white. I still haven't decided. If I want to replace it, I have to spend like $5 on a new cup. But yeah, they're not bad. You know, it's not bad at all. Comes with a little palette. A lot of them come with colored palettes. And this one came with a white one, which I thought was really nice, because using a colored palette throws off your eye when you're mixing paint. I don't use that, though, because I love my porcelain palettes. They're easy to clean, and I just prefer them. If you don't own a porcelain palette, but you want to see what the hype is about, go to your local Salvation Army or Goodwill or whatever you have in your area, and just buy a white china plate. That's how I started. I picked up a couple of trays, like a bread tray, for $1.50, I think, and I think it had a hairline kind of crack through the surface, not into the actual ceramic, but just from use over the years and maybe being thrown in a dishwasher or something. Had like a little spidery crack on it. And they work great, so I use those all the time too. But I have so many porcelain palettes, and if you want to see what all the hype is about and why watercolorists like them so much, then just go to your local thrift store and get one. I'll show you. Ouch, I just smashed my phone, you guys. I'll show you what I got here. Here's one that I bought for like, I think I bought it for $1 or something at an estate sale. It might have been the same day that I got the pastels that I got. And you can see these hairline cracks I'm talking about. They're just little, mild little cracks. Let me change the lighting on here. Whoops. There. But you can see them on there. And they're great for mixing paint. I love these. In fact, I should leave this out because that's one of my favorites. Oh, my thumb hurts. But I think that was everything I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm looking around trying to think if I forgot anything. And I think I got it all. So finished my video and I was editing and I thought, oh, I forgot to show them that book I was so excited about. This is a book that is by, it's actually 3 books, the one that I got. It's by Matthias Adolfsson, and I'm not sure if he's Swedish or what, but he is an artist that I love to follow for his illustrations because they're just so cool. And I'm very into illustrative art. It's not my art, but I wish it was, and maybe one day it will be. But here is his business card. That's him. He doesn't look anything like that. He's a tall, skinny guy. But that is him. And then here's a postcard that he did. And I think it's supposed to represent the Titanic. As you see, everybody in the water is playing a musical instrument. And this boat has a huge motor on it, which is way too heavy. So it will probably sink. But that's what I took from this sketch. But anyhow, on his site, he sells his 3 series of his sketchbooks. And you can buy 1, 2, or 3, or you can buy the whole set, 1, 2, and 3. And they're all put together in this enormous book. It is enormous. It's about 2 inches thick. And the cover is actually a poster, a double-sided poster, which I would love to get framed, but you know, it's folded. So how do you unwrinkle it? One side is all flying machines of different sorts. I don't know how I can show all of this to you, but I will just slowly pan up. And then on the back side is driving machines of sorts, like automobiles. Oh no, this is the planes. What's on the other side? I guess they're both planes, both sides. That one shows a lot of crashes. This one, they're all flying every which way. But I just love these illustrations of his. I just love his illustrations. They're so cool. But anyway, the posters are probably, I don't know, 18 by 24 or so, and it's folded up very carefully into a book cover. And I will show you, his sketchbook is like a homemade sketchbook. It's got the sewn binding and it's glued on the back as well. You can kind of feel the coating. But these are all 3 of his books, and it's called The First in Line, The Second in Line, The Third in Line, All in Line. And this is a sanatorium, apparently. He's so funny. But anyway, he talks, there's an interview in the first one, and you can see his art. Some of it is just so busy, but very illustrative. And I just love, love, love this kind of artwork. There's all different ones. This is one, a joke that he said about, I'm the Jimi Hendrix of sketchbooking. It's really kind of funny, the whole cartoon. But there's a couple in here. I'll just show you a few. I mean, I could be on this all day. There's one in here, a fire truck that I love. I don't remember. Oh, here it is. This one. is so cool. And then, oh, some other ones. Here's a cockpit. I mean, look at all the stuff in this. I don't know how long it takes him to do these, but, or where his mind is at when he's doing these. They're just so impressive. And this room. I think you can follow him on Instagram. I will put a link to his book down below, or books. This one was not cheap. I think it was like 70 bucks, but it's 3 books. And you don't have to buy them all if you just want to purchase one of them. But it took a couple weeks to arrive. Here's a floating building, like an apartment complex or something. It's just so cool. And yeah, so there are all sorts of different types of artwork. Just some ink sketches, some color. These birds, they're funky. Stuff from the museum. When he was at a museum, he does cartoons. There's a couple, like a little graphic novel in one of them. I mean, there's so much just going on. So if you're into this kind of art, then, oh, here's a bar. Somebody's passed out at the bar in there. But anyhow, I can just spend hours looking at this book, which is why I thought I had left it in the house. But I must have brought it out here so that I could show you in the video. So that was the last item that I wanted to show you. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start a painting video, which will be separate from this one, but I'll try to get this one out today. And then I will see you soon with a painting. I promise, I promise. I don't know what happened yesterday that stopped. It was so weird. But anyway, now that I know he will sleep while I'm painting, hopefully I can get some stuff done. Talk to you soon. Remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and most of all, be kind to each other. Take care. God bless you. I love you guys. See you soon.